Hello, YouTubers. How are you? My name is Jessica Brooks, and I am a TBI survivor. If you guys are just now tuning in, and lately I've been doing kind of like a video diary on my recovery and just certain things that I've been going through, things that I've been learning along the way. And I wanted to share with you about today. Today is Friday, May something. That's really bad. I don't know the date. Let's see if I can pull up the date. Friday. That's really, really bad. I don't know the date. I really feel bad about that. But oh well. Oh, May 4th. Here we go. Today is Friday, May 4th, and I just wanted to share with you the weather is very warm out, and thank God I am not as tired as I usually am. The weather usually kicks my butt with the brain injury, but today was not that bad, and I'm really thankful about that actually. A lot of people have been, speaking about brain injuries lately and their experience. Actually, maybe I should start with sharing my story. I was in a car accident last year and January 22nd, 2017. And that was literally the day that changed my life forever. I will never forget the date. I will never forget that experience because I walked away not being the same at all. I actually was driving to my best friend's house who lives in Maryland. I live in New Jersey, and her daughter was turning 2 that year, and her daughter is also my goddaughter. So I made it my mission to drive down there for her birthday. I was so excited to see everyone. I was really excited to see everybody, especially my goddaughter. I had bought her like this nice white BMW truck, so she can match her TT. I don't have the truck, but I have like the car now. Uh, but it was such a perfect night for a 2-year-old's birthday, and my best friend was like, "Why don't you just sleep over?" And I'm just like, "All right, I'll stay." And she's like, "I'll drive your car, so don't even worry about it." And we drove from her parents' house to her apartment, and we stayed over. We played Monopoly. We had a great time. There was food left over. The night was perfect. I woke up in the morning and I'm like, hey, I might as well, head back. And as I was traveling back, I am such a foodie. So I looked up where the nearest Krispy Kreme was, and it wasn't too far from my best friend's house. So I actually went to Krispy Kreme and got 2 boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts before I was actually heading home. And I was like munching away because they were super fresh and they just came out of the oven, and the glaze, it was just oozing down. It was just perfect. And the weather was not nice at all, from what I remember. And I remember my car being struck. Um, and it's kind of weird because you never think that you would forget something that was so life changing. But like, I don't know all of the bits and pieces of the car accident. It's like some things I know very clear, and then some things they just blank out as if like I missed it or something. I just remember my car getting struck like by a vehicle that was going one way at one point and then actually turned and was facing me at another point. It hit my car and kept going. And then the car behind me actually hit me too. And it was like really crazy. Everything was going so fast. And I've never seen that many cars like just have no control over the highway. And it was just insane. Needless to say, I hit my head during the times that the car hit me, which caused me to have a concussion. And my concussion was crazy. Literally, I had light sensitivity, noise sensitivity. Every time I lifted up my head, it felt like the room was spinning. Me taking steps. Yeah, my phone is ringing. Sorry, guys. um, I think I was talking about my concussions, but literally, the symptoms were so excruciating that it was ridiculous. I couldn't get out of bed. The medications were so strong. The side effects of the medications were actually um, working with the symptoms and making them stronger, in a sense. And I was pretty bad for a long time. And normally concussions, they last for a couple of days to maybe like 3 or 4 months. Whereas my concussion, just me getting up, walking over and coming back, I'm out of breath. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. I spent a lot of time actually laying down my 27th year, but I'll get to it. Um, so my concussion basically lasted longer than um, 3 to 4 months. So I entered into post concussion syndrome. So I literally walk and talk with like dizziness and headaches and stuff like that daily. Thank God that my symptoms are decreasing, but I do still have issues with certain things. If I turn around too fast, that is something that will get the best of me. I've learned that I cannot go to Dave and Buster's. I learned that the hard way. Um, there are, different stimulants that don't work well for me. Or if I do well in the moment, sometimes I can't get out of bed the next day, and that kind of, you know, moves me in a way that I don't like to be moved. So throughout my recovery, I was trying to figure out things that I could do that would kind of keep me um, leveled. Because with my research, I kind of found out that a lot of people actually are subjected to depression, and sometimes they often go towards suicide. So I wanted to prevent that at all costs. So the first thing that I started doing once I started to feel a little bit better was I actually started to write. And I would write little small phrases, mantras, poems, and just kind of to get me through the day. And they were kind of catchy, they were kind of um, silly at times, but all motivational. And that actually kickstarted me to gain confidence back. And actually, I was able to kind of participate in society in a bit. So with me getting my confidence back, I was able to actually be a self advocate for myself with my health and start to ask questions and, see what I can do to be proactive with my condition, what to expect, what not to expect, what, and just ask questions and, do my own research with medications that my doctors wanted me to be on. And once I started doing that, I came to realize very quickly that the neuro science atmosphere or realm is doing great. They're doing amazing work out there. And I found out that I was in really good hands. But if you think of like an iceberg, basically they only knew like the tip of the iceberg when it came to neuroscience, concussions, TBIs, aka traumatic brain injuries. And so, with that being said, I was just like, wow, um, maybe I shouldn't just be an advocate for myself. Maybe I should be an advocate for the brain injury community overall. And so I took on that journey. My family supported me 110%. My friends supported me 110%. I have like my best friend who I went to go see, Simone. She is my biggest support, my biggest cheerleader, and she's been there for me throughout this whole process. And I'm like so thankful for her. And I have also my old lab partner and now my boyfriend, Olu. He actually was like a really big help as well and a great support. And, both of them have really good backgrounds in healthcare. Simone, her background is in exercise science, and Olu's background is in nursing. So I'm really thankful that my friends have those fields on their side to kind of help navigate through this. And I'm truly thankful and truly blessed. And this is just like another outlet that I wanted to use to bring awareness to brain injury and to bring awareness to how we feel, but how, we look fine, but we don't always feel fine. And I just felt that it was just, feel free to check out our website. We have support. We support families and individuals that have been affected by brain injuries as well. So I think it's kind of cool that we have an outlet through YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, to continue the conversation and kind of just share like my own personal journey with you guys in reference to life with the TBI. Like a lot of people talk about, is it possible to date with the TBI? Is it possible to get married? Or, how do you deal with certain situations? Like what techniques are you using? Like memory for me is horrible. Just the other day, I was sitting and chatting with my boyfriend. Before he was my boyfriend, we were lab partners, like I mentioned, and he's going back to school to be a nurse practitioner. And one of the conversations that we were having was about one of the lessons that he was learning in school. And it was like he's doing like neuropsych. I think I said that right. For his residency with the psych ward. So he's going through a lot of mental health subjects and topics. And a really good movie to watch would have been like The Road Within. And I was like so excited to tell him about that movie. And I was really excited to tell him how it related to what he's learning in school, because they go over mental health. They talk about all these different disorders, OCT. They talk about bulimic, bulimia, and some other one. I forget the other one. Tourette's. So I thought that would be a really good movie for him to kind of like look with the fine-tooth comb with what he's learned in school. And he brought it to my attention that we actually watched the movie and we watched it together. And I was saying literally the same thing when I first introduced the movie to him. And it like kind of broke my heart because I like 110% could not remember that moment when we watched the movie together. And I couldn't remember that I was like even telling him about the movie. And that was just a moment where I actually like broke down and I just sat and like I was crying and I'm just like, will this be life? And thank God he's such a great person that he's just like, I will always help you remember, experiences that we had together. And don't ever feel bad about it. Don't ever apologize about it because I'm here with you. So to have that support is, something that I'm truly thankful for. And I couldn't ask for you know, I couldn't ask anything else for. Like my best friend and him and my family, they've been great. And, just for moments like that for myself, I'm like teary eyed now talking about it, but that is something that I do worry about. And instantly, once I realized that, he's telling me that we seen the movie together, we laughed about it, we both enjoyed it, and I didn't remember, I immediately thought of Alzheimer's. But it's like 15 minutes, so I am going to go. I just wanted to share this little bit with you guys today and also just tell you that today was a wonderful day and I'm truly blessed to be here. And thank you for listening and thank you for watching. I hope you keep, you know, hanging out with me. All right, this is Jessab The Great, and I am signing off. Bye.